Hi, I'm Anna, a marketing analytics consultant from Supermetrics. In this video tutorial, I'm going to walk you through a Marketing Intelligence Cloud's feature called Custom Fields. Custom Fields allow you to apply transformations to your metrics and dimensions to gain meaningful insights. Using custom fields is beneficial for a number of reasons. For example, if you work at an agency, you can add your agency markup as a calculation to some metrics from your data. Secondly, you can enrich your data. A lookup function will allow you to map your region codes to full region names. You can also clean up your data by creating a custom field that fetches missing or incorrect values to make sure you have high-quality data needed for your analysis. Now, let's take a look at the anatomy of a custom field. Each custom field consists of three main components that you need to select. First, you would need to select the custom field's type. Second, you would need to select the data source. And lastly, you would need to select the transformation applied to your custom field. In case you would like to have these components pre-selected, you could also use our custom field templates. These custom field templates allow you to already use the pre-selected type of the custom field and the transformation applied, so you just have to pick the data source which you want to use. Let's start by first selecting a custom field type. There are two types, a metric and a dimension. Let's talk about the differences between the two. Dimensions are categories or parameters that segment your data. They provide descriptive attributes to your metrics. An example of a dimension can be a campaign name, a country, or a date, for example. Metrics are typically numerical values that measure specific aspects of your data. An example of a metric can be an impression, number of conversions, or spend, for example. And here, you can take a look at how dimensions and metrics look together in a table. So you have users, new users, sessions, and page views as metrics, and they're split by the device type, which is our dimension, and the values are desktop, mobile, and tablet. At first, let's create a custom field for our currency conversion. I have to click here, New Custom Field, and first I would need to select what field type I would like to create, whether it's a dimension or a metric. So for the purpose of this video, I will pick a metric, as we would like to perform currency conversion on our cost data. After I have selected metric, I'm going to click Next. And here I have an option to select my data source. I can also select a blended data source. And to do this, I will start type blending to get to the data blending data source. But again, as an example, I would like to use my data from Facebook ads, so I'm going to start typing Facebook, and I select Facebook ads as my data source. There are three types of transformations you can use. These are functions, lookups, and conversions. First, let's apply a function to perform some currency conversion on our cost data. First, I am going to select a function from the drop-down list of the functions. I will start typing currency conversion and selecting this option. And the next thing I have to do is to select the value that I'm going to convert. So here I will start typing amount spent, as this is the metric for the cost data in Facebook. Next, I have an option to select the exchange rate date. And in my case, it's a date, so it's already selected correctly. But if I want to choose something else, some other field, I have an option to do so here as well. And next, I have two options to select the currency I want to convert the data from. I can use a static value option, where I can just start selecting from the drop-down list or typing up the currency that I want to convert my data from. And I also have an option to select a data source field. And in this case, I am going to type in the account currency. Next, I have to select the currency I want to convert the data to. And in my case, this is US dollars. So I just select this currency from the drop-down list. If I'm acquiring my custom metric from two accounts, one of which is configured in euros and another one which is configured in British pounds, the transformation will apply the euros to USD conversion for the first account and the British pounds to USD conversion for the second one. And after I am happy with my selections, I'm going to click Next. Now I have created my custom field and I give it a name, currency conversion to USD. And here you can see the custom field summary, which spells out that I have successfully created a custom field that converts our amount spent to USD using the currency each account is configured in. And once I'm happy with the name, I click Save Custom Field, and now it's saved to the list of my custom fields. Now I can test my currency conversion custom field in the Table Manager section of the Supermetrics hub. In this query, I have selected the amount spent, which is the original field, and my custom field, which converts the value to USD. And I have picked up an account and selected the data I want to report for. So here I have my cost data and its conversion to US dollars. Now let's take a look at the next transformation type, which is the lookup. So as you can see, I have already selected the field type, which is a dimension, and I have already picked data source as Google Ads. And now I'm going to apply the transformation steps. Now I have clicked Lookup, and this allows me to apply the transformation to a particular field. Here, I have selected account name as the field I want to apply the transformation to, and I have an option to return new value if the data equals or contains or matches regular expressions for what I am going to define below. For now, I'm going to pick contains, and here I'm going to add the lookup value. So say my account name is called Blue Ads UK, and another one is called Blue Ads US. And I want to type the name of the region as the return value. So here I would type UK, and here I would type USA as the return value. If you want to add a list of comma-separated values or a CSV file, you can also add it here. Just copy-paste it in the field, and it will turn into a key value pair of a lookup value and a return value, just like so. If I want to get rid of a row, then I can click the trash button over here. And now that I'm happy with my definitions, I am going to also select the fallback value to use when the source value does not match the configured lookup. And in my case, I just want it to be the original name of the account. And then I go ahead and click Review Changes, and I give my custom field name, account name region, and then I save a custom field. And again, just like with the previous custom field, I can test how the result looks with the help of the Table Manager. Here I have selected Google Ads as a data source, and as you can see, I have my cost and the number of impressions coming from my USA account. Only here I'm using my custom field that says USA as the account region name. And now let's take a look at how condition as the type of a transformation can work. So as you can see, I have already selected dimension as the field type and Google Ads as the data source again. I'll apply a condition with a couple of more chain transformation steps to illustrate how a function, lookup, and a condition can work together to create a separate custom field. First, I have to select an if statement, and here I have a campaign name. If the campaign name contains ML, then I want to apply a function to it, which is split text and pick part in this case. What it's going to do, it's going to take input text, and in my case, it's a campaign name, separate the parts of a campaign name that are separated by delimiter, and pick a certain part. So now I'm going to explain how it works. First, again, we have to select a function and the field that we want to apply the transformation to. Next, we have to add a delimiter value. It's an underscore, but it could also be a hyphen or any other delimiter that we have in our campaign name as a part of our campaign naming convention. Then I have to select the number of the part that I want to extract. And here's a helpful text that says, if you want to extract a third part of a text, use 3. So I want to extract the sixth part of my campaign name, so I type 6 as a number over here. And additionally, I have to select the number of parts that I want to select. And this will tell the function how many parts do you want to extract after it has found the part that is needed under the sixth position. And I will give you an example on how to preview this function so you can make sure that you're extracting the right part. And here you, for example, can see that it's already part/1, part 2, and part 3 inputted as a sample input. So I'm going to remove this sample input and go ahead and give an example of one of our campaigns so that I could track the part extraction. And I'm going to start typing ML over here, then underscore is my delimiter. So LM underscore GBP, for example, as the region name, US audience 1 brand hello as the sample input. And as you can see, it will count the number of parts and extract the word brand as one part from the position number 6. And here, instead of brand, let's say I will put NB, because this will be relevant to an example later down in the transformation. So I just gave an example of a campaign name. As you can see, I have put ML underscore GBP US audience 1 NB hello, and the result of this extraction is NB. So what this function did, it found NB from the position number 6, and it extracted only NB as one part to be extracted. If I, for example, put 2 here, then it will extract the NB hello, as you can see. Next, I will put NA as a static value, so if a particular transformation doesn't follow the rules that I outline above, I want NA to be the return result. The next step I'm going to do is I'm going to apply a condition that is, again, using the result from the previous step. So I pre-qualify my results. If the result from my previous step equals B or NB, then we can continue using the result from this previous step. Else, we would just put NA as a static value. And lastly, I'm going to apply a lookup to clean up my data. So here, I have put B and NB as 2 lookup values to be extracted from a campaign name, and then the return values that I have here are brand and non-brand. So B stands for brand, and NB stands for non-brand. Or else, we can also use the result from the previous step, which will be an A in our case. And after I am happy with the transformation steps, then I can click Review Changes and save a custom field. So I call it brand or non-brand campaign categorization. And you can see from the custom field summary that it uses a condition when a campaign name begins from certain letters, then it extracts a particular port, and then pre-qualifies the results, and lastly, returns brand or non-brand depending on whether we have extracted B or NB from the campaign name. And then I click Save Custom Field. And just like with the previous custom fields, I can check how the results look like in my table manager. So here I have cost and impressions split by my brand new created custom field, which is brand or non-brand campaign categorization, which splits the cost and impressions for brand campaigns and non-brand campaigns.